Yeah, just Sweno Mick here from Sweno Mick. Sweno Mick from Swenson Mowing. What we have here is a, I'm just going to spin it round so you can see it. We have a Cleveland Ford V8. Back a bit. The blackness of the cylinder head isn't allowing me to show off the closed chamber of the cylinder head. So it's too black, and I've got plenty of light because I bought them outside. Oh, Jesus. But here we are. Here we are at a Ford Cleveland Aussie headed, so closed chamber, small port, 2V, 2 Venturi, and have a look down here, you'll see a 2 on there, don't know if I picked that up, a 2 right there, and what I have here is I pulled them off my standard 351 many years ago, just a small port 351, and I got them reconditioned at Repco in Cloundra. There was a machinist down there called Ron. Ron was old school. He was a man, this would be 15 years ago or more. He was in his late 50s, extremely good at what he done. And he went and worked for another engineering place until he retired. But so that there's got it's got double valve springs. They're Manly valves, double valve springs, high quality cap here, stainless steel valves. What can I tell you? And just looking at them, I've learned a fair bit more since I've done these, and it's looking like I'm going to have to. You can see in here, I don't know if you can pick it, but the tip of the roller rocker has not been on the centre of the valve stem, which is no good. So maybe if I ever do this engine again, which I hope to get it these standard heads ported, probably down at Pavtech in Melbourne, or I see what they do. And over there is cylinder head off my son's XD, which has been ported. That head's buggered. Still got the original Fumoco valves in it. It's got the original dampers. It's like a double valve spring, but the inside one's a damper. Just all standard. Done a lot of work, but that engine used to go like stink. It was in an XD, and I've had 351s, but that rolled over, as in the engine balancing, whoever balanced it or done whatever they done to it. That engine, there goes a Porsche. That engine used to roll over much better than mine. We had the same cam specs. We had a fairly reasonably large mechanical crane cam. Can't remember the specs, I just can't off the top of my head, but it was probably equivalent to a stage, what they in the old stages, they used to say a stage 4, I suppose. But everyone told me that camshaft told my son and I that camshaft would be no good, and the Ford fellow that we got all the parts through in Brisbane said, no, use this camshaft, use these rockers, use this and this, use this inlet manifold. We said we want everything under bonnet. So it was a single plane Wion accelerator inlet manifold, aluminium. We both had 750 double pumpers. We both had the same camshaft. We both had the same Yellow Terra roller rockers, premium, or they're medium, they're mid-range, not the cheapos. They're fully adjustable, not the super ultra race premium, but they're premium rocker. Big heavy duty trend push rods. Good, same valves. We got the same bloke to do up our cylinder heads, Ron. and that XD, both flat top pistons. Really the whole car's, I think Damien's had a, he might have had a tri-Y set of cylinder, set of exhaust extractors. It had, what are mine? Can't even remember what they are, but they're just a 4-into-1 single big collector. They seem to, they're a nice looking extractor. Pacemaker, that's what they are, pacemaker extractor. But Damien, I wasn't sure, not sure his diff ratio, but the engine used to run over a lot smoother. I know that. So to me, the specs will all look the same. Cam's the same, camshaft's exactly the same grind, same breed of inlet manifold, same. His rolled over a lot smoother than mine. Like you'd take it through to 6.5 grand plus, and it was like mine was doing 3.5, and just rev. But really not much I can tell you about these, but I want to get, like I said, I want to get my my cylinder heads ported. Then I'll lap all the valves and that back in, because I just want to do a bit of stuff myself. Just I've done a bit of mechanical stuff over the years, and all that, and with stuff these days you can watch on the net, and you like your Drag Boss and that. Tim from Drag Boss, I love his YouTube site. I really like the Cleveland engines, which I've gone on plenty about over the years. There's 3 or 4 things I really like about Cleveland's. First and foremost is no water runs through the inlet manifold. I can't stand that. So you haven't got water leaks there. Secondly is I like the polyangle valve, the canted valve setup. I think that's not a bad idea, because they will perform, and if you have a close look at any of these cylinder heads, you can see the tract is a more straight tract, I would suspect, than most of the other brands. And you know, in the Boss setup, it was clearly shown that in 1971-72, the hottest that the Mopar come out with in the small blocks, the hottest that Chev come out with in the small blocks, hottest that Ford come out, which was the Boss 351, out of the factory that is. It outperformed the other 2 makes clearly, easily outperformed them in the same conditions with the same carburetor, same size carburetor. They done a shootout not long ago to all the standard specifications of each of those engines. It come out easily on top. So that's another thing I like about them. I like that they're a Ford V8, and I like that they don't have Siamese cylinder heads. I like how Fords have all their exhaust and inlet tracks. As if you have a look at the end of that, they're all spaced equally. I think that's a big thing, and I'm looking straight in the barrel of that valve now, and I can just look straight in it. It's easy, as you can just see straight in. I'm not saying you can't on the others, but no, look, I just think they're not a bad thing for an engine that's 45 to 50, well, almost 50, well, 50 years old. 50 years old in the US, and I think we started producing them in and around about 1973 in Australia, and we went to we designed Australia. Ford designed their own closed chamber cylinder heads. So look, I'm going to leave it at that. That's about all I've got to say on this. Like I said, I really enjoy the Drag Boss site, because like he's into his Clevelands, and Tim's just right into them, and the people that he gets on there, your Darren Morgans and the likes of those fellas, the fella from Australia that works for Dandy Engines, his uncle I think owns Dandy Engines, I can't think of his name offhand. He's bloody switched on the cylinder heads, but I just like the factory stuff. It doesn't have to perform to thousands of horsepower for me. If I get 400 and a bit out of this engine, I'll be happy, because it'll be a 408 down the track, and I'll be happy with that. But I'm just going to say, this is Christmas 2021. Get yourself a hobby. I've liked these old Cleveland engines ever since I was a little kid. Now nearing 60, heading towards 60 years of age. I'll be 59 this Christmas, twin and I. And you've got to have a hobby. Keeps your brain active. I just really enjoy knowing about inlet ports and exhaust ports and valve angles and all that sort of stuff. A lot of people mightn't. But whether it's a horse, whether it's a hobby on old motorbikes, new motorbikes, this, that, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's good to have a hobby. So I'm going to leave it at that. Just say, be nice to your fellow humans, your fellow Australians here, and whoever you run into, because we're on this little planet all by ourselves, I think, maybe. Oh, hang on, I spotted a yowie over at Jimna the other day. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but wouldn't surprise me. And also, have a lovely day. Enjoy Christmas. There's no doubt I'll be talking to you before Christmas is upon us. And yeah, whatever you enjoy doing. I've got a mate that's right into vegetable oil, running his Toyota Land Cruiser on bio-vegetable fuel, biodiesel, or whatever you call it. He's right into that. Keeps your brain active. He's into his mid-60s now, 66 I think he is, Trigger. And a motor mechanic, good little motor mechanic. And there's my phone going off. So I'm going to leave that. Swano Mick out.